Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I move to strike the last word.
So ordered.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to briefly comment on the manager's amendment. I'm generally supportive of the technical corrections in this amendment, although they do not remedy all of the concerns raised by members and the witnesses. I do find it necessary, however, to discuss and object to the portion of this amendment that amends Section 7 of the bill. Section 7 of the bill, entitled Observing System Simulation Experiments, requires NOAA to run a specific type of simulation experiment on a host of NOAA acquisitions. And as you said, we heard from several witnesses at the hearing on June 26 that this was an overly prescriptive requirement. We heard testimony that there are multiple tools available to NOAA to evaluate acquisitions, and different approaches may be more appropriate in different circumstances. I would note that Dr. Drogemeyer, the majority's own witness at the June 26 hearing, spoke to this issue specifically, saying that I think the only thing that we are saying is basically there are many tools available, probably let the scientists decide which ones are most appropriate. And I agree with that sentiment wholeheartedly. Unfortunately, the manager's amendment only adds to the prescriptive nature of this requirement by directing NOAA to analyze 2 specific potential acquisitions with this tool. I would note that these appear to be proposals from 2 specific companies, which only adds to my discomfort here. With this language, we are taking a step back. Based on what the expert witnesses, including the majority's witness, said in our subcommittee, it's clear we should either be deleting this section of the bill or at the very least making it much less prescriptive. Instead, this section of the manager's amendment makes it more prescriptive. For this reason, I oppose the amendment and hope this is something we can address as we move forward. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
I just want to observe that support for this amendment could not be construed necessarily as support for Section 7 because Amendment number 4 that we will be considering would strike the entire section. So one could vote for this amendment and still agree with Ms. Bonamici about her point. Thank you. I yield the rest of my time.
If I could be recognized again, Mr. Chairman, I would just like to clarify the section I'm referring to is on page 2 of the amendment, where it calls for amendment on page 9 after line 3, inserting a new subsection of priority OCs that does use the term shall complete OCs. So there is a section that adds required mandatory OCs in certain circumstances. I yield back, Mr. Chairman.